one of the important features of wetland life is predation, and George is here to tell us about predation, both pre and post contact.
Before people came to New Zealand, Paul, birds here were adapted to be attacked by other birds, and so they had beautiful camouflage, but that was about it. They had the disadvantage for them is that they had good camouflage is that they actually smelt quite strongly.
Right.
Which is fine until the Europeans and the Maori brought mammalian predators with them. And mammalian predators often hunt by smell. So no matter how well you camouflage, you can still be smelt.
Yep.
Things really hotted up in the predator world with the introduction of mustelids, and I've got a few here to show you.
Sure.
So here is a weasel. That's the smallest of the mustelids.
Yes.
And very, very good predator.
Yep.
Of our birds. Next size up would be this little animal. It's a stoat.
Right.
And you can always tell a stoat by its black tip on its tail. Weasel doesn't have that.
Right.
Probably the number one predator. If we had to put them on a wanted list, this would be top of the list. Good swimmer, good climber, very active, runs in a whole range of altitudes from lowland up to the mountains.
And big numbers of those too, or?
High numbers of these.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And top of the size list, but probably not top of the predator list, is the ferret. Brought over to New Zealand for its fur,
right.
Whereas the other ones were particularly brought over to control rabbit numbers. So, all bad predators, but the stoat, if any, is the worst.
Right you are.
And then, this one, obviously a different family.
Yep.
The family cat.
Felix.
Still, unfortunately, dumped out at Christmas when people want new pets. These are, if you like, wild cats. They are domestic cats, but they've gone wild.
Right.
So they're feral cats. So they're exactly the same as you've got at home, but used to living wild. Excellent senses, and more importantly, they've got a brain. They can actually work out problems, solve them, and then make some really, really efficient predators.
Indeed.
So if you think of those animals we've just shown you there, our birds don't have a chance.
No.
They really don't have a chance, and they're disappearing off the face of New Zealand.
That's right.
And we desperately need to control these animals if we wish to have our animals, our native birds, left in their own native places.
Indeed. Very good predators, but very bad for our native species.
Absolutely.
And all brought here for apparently good reasons at the time, but not as we think now.
Yep, now they've got totally out of control. And we do need to control them.
Indeed. Well, good luck with it, George.
Thank you very much.
Hallo, mein Name ist Sebastian. Ich arbeite bei iPlant Tree und wir haben hier in Friedrichshagen, Berlin-Friedrichshagen, eine Fläche von Traubenkirschen befreit. Traubenkirschen, amerikanische Neophyten. Wir wollen hier einheimische Rotbuchen pflanzen. Dafür bekämpfen wir die Traubenkirschen. Und damit wir die Stämme und die Bäume davon abhalten, wieder auszutreiben, sofort nach der Bekämpfung, überstülpen wir sie mit diesen Plastetüten. Wir hoffen, dass dann unter diesen Plastetüten entsprechend ein feuchtes, heißes Mikroklima entsteht, was Pilzwachstum fördert, wodurch der komplette Baum abstirbt und entsprechend nicht nochmal austreibt. Wir haben heute einen gemeinsamen Einsatz mit freiwilligen Helfern hier gehabt und haben ungefähr 1 Hektar von der Traubenkirsche befreien können. Das sieht man hier vor uns. Und werden in den nächsten Tagen auch noch weiter arbeiten und hoffen, dass wir dann am Ende 3 Hektar von der Traubenkirsche befreit haben und junge kleine Rotbuchen hier wachsen können in Zukunft.
Wie viel? Wie viele Rotbuchen?
Es werden ungefähr 20.000 Rotbuchen pflanzen.
Rogues who practice to deceive, Tone taverns I, Westminster's men. Rogues strive but to keep their comforts, call them hame to think again, to think again. Rogues upon green leather benches, Scotland but a distant noise. Now's their hour, there's the power, Jackson office, they're the boys. But they're just rogues who practice to deceive. Tone taverns I, Westminster's men. Rogues strive but to keep their comforts, call them hame to think again, to think again. Rogues in Ermine, unelected, prate of glorious days of yore. They plot and scheme, but empire's dream lies in the dust to rise no more. Rogues whose tricks will be confounded, rogues whose lies must be denied. Truth indicts them, aye, it frights them. Ours the reason and the right. Rogues most worthy of our censure spread their bile in Scotland's hall. From reaction or for faction, the coward few must shame us all. They're naught but rogues who practice to deceive. Tone taverns I, Westminster's men. Rogues strive but to keep their comforts, call them hame to think again. Rogues who practice to deceive. Tone taverns I, Westminster's men. Rogues we'll put to honest work when our land is free again. From such rogues
We met on the internet, a perfect cliche. She commented on my YouTube and I thought I'd say hey. She wrote back right away, then I knew she was the one. We had an online thing, I knew that she was the one. Hot chick 69, I need you, I think of you. Oh, she is so fine, I've only seen her avatar. Hot chick 69, that's the only name I know you by. I call you Hottie and also mine. She went away on that vacation, it was the longest week ever. Being away from my baby, I thought she'd be gone forever. But then she came back, sent me a present too. It was kind of weird though, it was a Kodak Class 2. She said to take pictures, and I couldn't say no. She was the best girl I've ever had, I know it was so. Hot chick 69, I need you, I think of you. Oh, she is so fine, I've only seen her avatar. Hot chick 69, that's the only name I know you by. I call you Hottie and also mine. Here is the end of the story with the plot twist. I saw a real picture of Hot Chick 69, and I'm pretty sure he has a dick.